Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What is happening? At the end of last episode, I briefly talked about what I wanted to do this episode, and that was work on transportation, which is exactly what we're gonna do today. We're gonna work on bus routes, we're gonna add a taxi probably, and we might look a little bit into trains without fully getting into it because I'm not the best at it. So I want to take my time with it and not really just dive into it. So welcome back to the channel and to City Skylines 2. Of course, my name is Caesar, and of course, welcome back to Pacific Rise County. Now, I have to walk you through a couple of things that I did in between episodes. I did a lot of work and I did a lot of economy balancing because the city was going kind of bankrupt and I couldn't figure out why. So I did a lot of playing around with it. It just looks like everybody just needed jobs and traffic was causing a bunch of mayhem. So in order to save the city, I did some offline work in order to get this done. I'm going to walk you through what I did, okay? Our production line, you can see that farming is completely gone. This will be making a return this episode, which is the first thing we're going to do once we finish going over this stuff. Taxes were insanely skyrocketed for a little bit to try to make some money, made a little bit of cash, which made me able to do what I did here. Now we paid back our loans completely, which is a very good thing in my opinion, and we're making extra money. You can see we're making about $23,000 per hour, and that has been going up continuously for the last 15 minutes or so since I've been playing. It went from about 19,000 per hour to about 23,000, which is really good. Now, last time we had a bunch of dirt roads here, and our industry was like literally right in this area, and this road here was just covered in traffic the entire time. Now, what I did to alleviate this is, well, I laid down some actual infrastructure. Now, if we go to this side real quick, this is not going to be a pretty interchange, okay? I am horrible on interchanges, but this is the best I could get it to look with something that I was actually kind of happy with. I think it looks kind of unique. Traffic flows very smoothly, and it allows us a secondary entrance to the city, which will be even more beneficial as we extend in this direction. I think it'll be good long term. Now, I know it's not the most attractive thing. I like it though, and I'm going to live with it, and I kind of want to build around it as we go anyway, so that's that. On this side over here, I finally put in an interchange. I built one of the pre-built ones. It's the trumpet interchange. Fit nicely in this area here, reconnected to the lanes, and now you can see that all the industrial traffic has had connections in and out of this area, so a lot of the traffic has been flowing through here. We also have a middle connection here that allows kind of like a collector road slash, yes, I guess this would be a collector road. A collector road that flows through the middle of all of these industrial blocks, which I think is very well being serviced. You can see that traffic is being dispersed amongst the three roads, the three arterials, the three main roads here, which I think is a very great thing to see. Now, we added back our forest industry here, which I think is a very good thing. It started making us a little bit of cash, which is obviously a very good thing. Now, when we get over here, traffic once in a while likes to stack up, but for the most part, it stays completely empty. Oh. Well, that's awkward. Can you not? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh no! What is happening? We're not prepared for this at all. This is not good. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're in trouble now. Can it just go out that way? Come on. Come on, game. Oh no. Okay, hold on. We gotta pause and see what happened here. Oh my gosh. How do you rebuild this stuff? Do you just destroy it and that's it? This just is destroyed. So if I just... Oh no. That's a lot of homes. How do we rebuild this? We have to do this quick because we can't really afford to not have an elementary school. It's going to make everybody upset, and everybody's aren't going to be upset because a lot of people just died. So that's not exactly good. Which elementary school did we have here? Might be... Wow. Okay, I'm kind of just a little bit in shock still, if I'm being honest. I wasn't expecting to join in here and just see a giant freaking tornado ripping through the city. We'll go with something like this. We'll add the extension tower that we did last time, and then we'll just park that in right there, which fits in with our old decorations. I think it just looks fantastic. And now we don't really have to do anything else. Some of the decorating kind of got destroyed, so we'll have to redo that as we go, but I think it's fine overall. Luckily, none of these buildings got destroyed, so it means we don't have to worry about those. Then I'll just go quickly through here and just demolish all those buildings and let them rebuild, hopefully, rather quickly. Now, there is some... Oh, they need a morgue, huh? Well, if I just destroy it, they don't need a morgue anymore, and I guess that kind of works. Okay, city's back up and running, I think. Population is still going down by the hundreds, which is not good at all. Our crematorium is just busy as all because of how crazy this is. Now, I'm hoping we're able to process everything without having to build a new crematorium. I'm going to keep watching this until our population kind of rebalances itself, because so far everything's kind of just tanked down. I think a lot of it is because of these buildings here. Yeah, these are large buildings. People are moving back into them, which is very, very good. Yeah, you can see that the households are already completely full again. And our population is starting to climb again, which is also outstanding. Our economy didn't take that big of a hit, so I think we're going to be okay. Okay, now let's actually work on what we were going to work on before that happened. All right, I'm going to work on farms for a couple of minutes. It'll be a speed view, a double time. I don't know what to call it. The video's going to move very, very fast while I work on farms, and then we'll get into transportation. All right, so enjoy the speed through thing, and we'll be right back. Okay, that actually took a bit longer than expected, and my game crashed in the middle of it. But I think it looks good. I think this actually turned out all right. I wasn't expecting it to look like this, but I think it looks good. Now, this is pretty much just like the vegetables and things like that. I didn't put down any animal farms. I don't think so anyway. Let me check. I actually don't remember what I put down. What it was. Okay, so I do have livestock here. So if we look at our... Let's speed up the game here, let everything balance out. But if we look at production, we can see that everything is now in a surplus, which is very, very, very good. It means we're no longer paying money to get these resources into the city, and we're actually exporting and making a little bit of cash off of it. And you can see our income has gone up to almost $30,000 an hour, which is really outstanding. Now we'll just keep expanding these farms as we go and just fulfill the needs of the city pretty much as we need. So I think it's a good start. So now we're finally going to jump into public transportation. I'm almost 45 minutes into this recording, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, that was the whole point of the episode anyway. So let's get into public transportation. So buses. I want to dive into buses immediately because I think buses will be a very good thing. And I think putting our bus depot in a very central location where it's going to have access to the 3 major connections here and the highway over here, I think will be a good place in terms of keeping traffic flowing nice and smoothly. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and grab our bus depot. And I think we'll plug it in. So we grab our bus depot, and I think we'll put it down right there, okay? And then I want to see how many buses this supports. This supports 25 buses, which is outstanding, but I don't think it's going to be enough. So to play it safe at the beginning, we're going to go ahead and add a bus garage extension. I think that's okay, just like that. And we're not going to go, you know what? Yeah, we can go with electric buses. That's completely fine. I think it'll be okay. And now we got to start figuring out where we want our bus station. Now we need something central where it's going to have access to our highway as well as major roads in the city. And I think somewhere in this area makes sense, but I'm kind of worried because of all the traffic. So I've decided what I want to do, since I can't build this high school park anyway yet, I think what I'll do is build a bus station in this area, and I think that'll be okay. Now look at the upgrades. What kind of upgrades? So this can have a little bit of an office extension, which I think will be nice. Provide support services to the network. I think that is important. And extra platforms we can apply right there. I think we'll be fine. I don't know why you would put 2 offices, I guess for whatever reason. I don't think it really does anything, but just look cool. Yeah, it doesn't really do much besides this. I think the 1 office space is completely fine. I think that's what we'll roll with. Now, in terms of bus stops, we got to really see where we want to put things because I don't really know where that's going to go. So let's go for the North American bus shelters. Okay. And then I think what we'll do is we'll get 2 buses kind of circling this area and into the bus station. And I think that'll be okay. I think I'll avoid putting buses on the main road and then just cross over into the downtown area, cross over like this and curve like that, just so we keep buses off the main road, keep traffic flowing on those roads without having buses kind of interfering with everything. So if a bus is here, right, and it leaves the bus station, for example, it's probably going to exit to the right because that makes sense. I guess it could go to the left if we tell it to, but I don't think it'll be necessary. So bus will come out, it'll turn this way into this road here, and we'll have a bus stop there. We'll go forward a few blocks, do a bus stop there, and then we will cross over and actually take the main road up here. And we'll go ahead and put a bus stop here, and then we'll do one more bus stop there. That might be a little bit too close to the intersection up there where it needs to turn around. So I think we'll just do the one bus stop there, and then we'll just do bus stops, I think, on this side, heading back towards the bus station, which I think makes a little bit more sense. We'll go every couple of blocks, maybe like that, just to provide service for this whole area, keep it within walking distance, and then we'll go ahead and just mirror this all the way around. I got those mirrored bus stops, so we can have 2 buses, one going the other way, or one going clockwise, one going counterclockwise, and I think that'll be the best way to do this. Now we got to create a couple of bus loops here to make sure this all works right. So if we just start here to keep it nice and simple, and we have a bus just heading off in this direction. Which direction this is, that's perfect. Comes out, makes a left, crosses over, and then it's here. That's exactly what I wanted for that spot, and I think it's going to look all right, and it's going to be good for traffic. Now, if we just do buses, let's make sure it comes all the way to the very end here, and then turns this way, and then we can have it hit that bus stop, and I think that'll make a little bit more sense. For this one, it wants to do the same thing, so we'll make the bus come all the way to the top. Oop, a little bit of lag there while it's saved. I turned autosaves onto it, but every 5 minutes instead of every 10 minutes because I kept crashing and losing progress during those farms. I was getting kind of frustrated, so I upped the frequency on those, and I think it was okay. So we'll have the buses continue. I guess we could have it turn in this way. Yeah, we'll have it come over here, and then we can have it complete here. So that way it'll be an actual loop and not just like a half circle. So then for the counterclockwise, I think we'll just go straight across here. And then we will go, instead of to this way, we'll make sure the bus comes out and goes left, just like that. And then we can connect here and just follow this all the way around. And just like that, we have a couple of bus stops. Now I'm keeping the game flowing here because I want the buses to start going out in the order that they're made, because that way we don't have a bunch of buses just pending here. When we release, if we pause the game, made all the stops, unpause it, we'll have like 57 buses coming at the same time. If we just allow things to flow a little bit better like that, I think it'll be okay. Now, I want a bit of an industrial route. This bus will probably do 2. One that comes in here this way and do one that goes counterclockwise. And I think that'll be beneficial to the area. We can go with something like a small bus station, and I think it'll look fantastic. Something like right here, maybe. We get anarchy on so we can place this, please. Just like that. And then we can even upgrade this with station services. And then we can even add extra platforms if we need to. We don't really need to, but I'm going to add it anyway, just because I think it's going to look cool anyway, just to expand it a little bit. All right. Now for this bus stop, we're going to go with something like this. This bus stop will start at this bus station because it makes sense. You're going to pick up your people from this bus station and then travel that way. So we'll go with something like here. And then that's it. It's going to be bus station to bus station. And I think that'll be fine. So it'll be bus station, right? The bus will head up this way. Make sure it goes the right way. Looks like it is. We'll take it all the way up here. Now, I want to let this run and kind of see what this is going to do for us. Now, obviously, this isn't perfect. This is beginning stuff. I'm very, very not the best when it comes to public transportation. And I think that's very known by this point. And as long as this brings down our traffic, I think it'll be okay. Because someone brought up a good comment in the last video that said pretty much we have a lot of traffic because poor people who can't afford a vehicle have no way of getting to work. So they're having to, well, I guess they're walking and things like that, right? Like all the time you'll see people walking all the way to the industrial station. And I feel like that's not going to be good. So if we can get everybody to the bus station and then they can all ride the bus to work, I think that'll just be the most beneficial thing. You take the bus, you get off here and you go to work and that'll be fine. Now, I'm going to let this run a little bit to let everything balance itself and then we'll see where we're at. And hopefully a lot of this traffic clears out. If it doesn't, we'll figure out what to do next. But bear with me. We'll be right back. It looks like a lot of this traffic has already kind of toned itself down. But at the same time, I don't think... How's our bus? You have to let the buses run for a while so you can really get a good idea of to how many buses are being used and things like that. I think if we let this run just a bit more, we'll get a better understanding. Now, we can look into our info views here, go into our public transportation. We can see that 256 people are still using taxis. Only 119 have used buses so far, which obviously usage goes up and things like that as things go. Looks like Central Bus Loop 1, which I think is the one that goes... Make this a darker blue so we can really tell the difference here. So our counterclockwise one seems to be the most active one, while our clockwise one, right, seems to be a little bit underused, which I guess kind of makes sense. They both go to the same areas, but I think it'll be a little bit easier to get to the bus station, especially if our central population is coming from one direction. Maybe that makes sense. But as long as it brings down our traffic a little bit, which seems to be working, but it's midnight right now, almost in game. That also makes sense if there's no traffic. Now, I want to let this run until the morning here so we can take a look at how usage is running. Okay, well, I'm waiting for that to happen. I also want to get a little bit of taxi services going around the city because I think it would be very nice to have. Now, if we get a taxi depot, 25 vehicles, I think that'll be plenty. I say that, but then there's never enough taxis in the city and then you're just struggling forever. But the way we'll do this, we're not going to run this like a traditional taxi service. Now, the way we're going to run this is we're not going to have the call center because that requires, well, taxis start going to places you don't want them to go. And then everybody starts to rely on a taxi, which just creates more traffic. But if we add things like this, right? Is there taxi stops here? I actually don't know if there's a taxi stop here. What if I go to transportation? If I just let this go, is there going to be taxis coming from this place? No. Okay. I think the way we'll have to do this is actually get a taxi stand, which I didn't want to do, but I guess we'll have to. And we'll get a taxi shelter, and I'm going to put this at the bus stop because I think having a couple of taxis like that would be beneficial. And then people who get off of buses can take a taxi from here and keep going where they're going. I think that'll be more beneficial than having taxis kind of going on their own. And I think it'll help maintain traffic, at least in a little bit of, at least a little bit. We'll see what happens. Again, could be completely disastrous. And you can already see that these bus stops, these bus loops are already getting used a lot. This bus is pulling up now. It only has 3 passengers in it, but it's picking up a whole lot more from here, which this is all a bunch of cars that now are not going through the city. And that's going to be super, super nice for traffic long term. We're getting almost till about the morning time. So there's a morning rush. I think 9 a.m. to noon or something like that. It's like a big morning rush. If not until like 2 p.m. is when you start seeing like a lot of traffic. But I want to get to this point so we can see how traffic is performing now that we have actual bus services going through our city. Now, this isn't all the bus services I want to add. I want to add a couple of bus services going through the different neighborhoods and things like that. One stretching out to the, all the way down to the pier, the docks over here. I think it'll perform even better. But I think this alone right here should tone down a lot of our traffic, which is going to be fantastic. Now, if we go look at our bus lanes, see, usage already went up to 1,600 citizens per month. That is 1,600 citizens a month that are not driving around. That is a significant improvement to what we had before. And I think long term, this will be very, very beneficial. Now, how's our income going? Income is still about 18,000, kind of came down because we're paying for a lot of bus services and things like that. So I kind of expected it. You can see right here, our budget for this is $379,000 per month. So you can already see how expensive that's going to be. We're also losing a lot of money off of electricity. So once we get our established system, we'll save a lot of money and can even export and make a little bit of cash back on that. And I think it'll be very, very good. Now, 7 a.m. now. And it looks like, yeah, you can already start to see people starting to line up at the bus station and things like that. You can see a bunch of people walking towards the bus station, which is going to be very, very good. These taxi stands are also completely full for some reason. I don't understand that. How many people get into this taxi? Let's see. One. On he goes. Okay, so maybe having taxis here is not the best thing in the world. But honestly, I'd rather have taxi service driving people around than like their own vehicles. I think that'll be better long term. Plus, if we look at electric taxis, it's going to be even better for our system here. Now, how many taxis are being used? All of them are being used. So what if we go with something like this? We get a bunch more taxis going through. We're going to lose a bunch of money for this, but I think it'll be okay. High noise pollution is starting to become a problem. If we could take a look at our noise here. Where is it noisy? I guess having housing near the schools and things like that is probably not a good idea. I think what we can do is we can rezone this entire lot here, this entire neighborhood, just like that, and we can zone this with with like some stores. There we go. Now that'll keep some of that noise pollution away. And we got some extra businesses moving into the area, which I think is just always fantastic. Now let's look into our noise pollution again, and that's going to be a whole lot better. Now, obviously, we have a lot of noise there. Okay. Businesses. This shouldn't be too insane of noise pollution. Is this good now? High noise pollution is still a thing. I feel like there's not much we can do besides, well, I don't think there's much we can do about noise pollution. Unless you know how to manage noise pollution, I've always struggled with it. I've never been able to actually successfully stop noise pollution from being a big thing. So if you have a method that works, let me know. I'd love to I'd love to try it out. All right, we got taxi. Okay, we got a bunch of cars coming through the city. Looks like a lot of them are taxis. When I zoom out, they're like glowing. It's weird. Looks like a lot of our cars are taxis now, which I guess they were before. But at least we have buses going around at the same time, which I think will alleviate some of that mess. Okay, that's not what I expected at all. What this is telling me is that there's not enough bus connectivity to the different parts of the city. So we're going to get rid of those. You can see how a lot of people are going into the bus station. I think it's going to be beneficial, but a lot of them also start walking away. Now, where are the... I think these people just don't want to walk places. I think they're being lazy. So I think what I'll do is we'll go within NA bus shelter again, and we're going to go ahead and create a couple of loops here. Now, I think the way we'll do this, we'll go with something like this. We'll have a bus station here, a bus stop there, and we'll go bus stop there, bus stop here, bus stop there, bus stop here, and then we'll create an easy loop that just kind of goes from bus station, hits these points, and heads back out to the bus station, and that'll be that loop. It'll be a small loop, but I think it'll be a beneficial loop. So we'll go ahead and go from this side, grab a bus, and we'll take this out. I guess it needs to head down this road, right? So we'll go down this road, and we'll head over here. It'll go around, hit that connection, make a right, hit that connection, one more time around, just like that. And then we'll make sure it crosses right here, make sure it goes in a nice path, and then we'll just end it right back where it started. And I think that's going to be okay. Now, I think that'll alleviate some traffic, not all of it, but if we have some sort of public transportation near where the residential housing is, I think it's going to be very, very good. And people are going to be willing to take it because now they don't have to drive everywhere. Now, I don't see any crosswalks in all of these places. So I think what I'm going to do in order to ensure safer crossings, we're going to add, can I choose where this goes? Can I just go, I want a crosswalk here? You can't. That would be nice if you could. Apparently I can't. So I'm not going to. What if we had some pedestrian bridges? And how would these look? Is there something for like small roads? No, looks like they don't have anything for the smaller roads, which is kind of annoying, but I think it's fine. We have people already walking down the road. Let's see if people actually stop at the bus stop. Oh, a little bit of lag there. Yes, we do have people at these bus stops. I think this is going to be good usage long term. For now, I think it'll be kind of scarce while the population gets used to the bus stops there. You can already see how they're going to be used like that, and I think it'll be very, very good as we go. That's another group of people that don't have to walk around the city, and I think it'll be fine. Now, next area I want to take care of is take care of this central neighborhood here. This has no connectivity. Again, we're going to have a loop that goes from the bus station into this area and back to the bus station. Now, I think it's going to be okay. We'll come out this way, and then we'll go with Anarchy that we can put down a bus station, and we'll place a bus station here. That's the parking lot. We'll go a little bit further. Bus station there, gonna turn left, and then it's gonna be bus stop here, and it'll make a left. We can do a bus stop there, then it'll just come back through here. We'll do a bus stop in here, and then what we can do is I think we'll just loop it back to this bus station at that point, and that'll be okay. And then we'll just go ahead and do a mirrored thing like we usually do. You see usage is going up on the sites here, which I think is going to be very good. People are crossing over and they're actually taking these buses. And then you can see that our new bus routes are fully in action, and I'm hoping this takes care of a lot of the traffic because we provided enough connectivity through our city with loops and different things and direct express routes that just go from station to station, which I think it'll be enough to hopefully counteract a lot of this traffic that we've been experiencing. Now that kind of makes this taxi place kind of useless because no one's going to use it, but I think it'll be okay. I want to see a bus pull up here and see how many passengers it's carrying now. For about 5 p.m. that's usually when like heavy traffic hits over there, so I wanted to really focus in on that and see if that's going to work all right. How long has it been since a bus has been here? What does this do? All this? No, I need to go look at this. Okay, so it looks like there is a good number of passengers on these buses. I think that's really, really good. Oh, look at this line. Very high demand here. People are going home. So I think the more buses we have heading in this area, I think it'll be fantastic. You can already see our next bus is literally, that's over there. So if we go over here, gotcha. Okay, 6 buses. I think that's plenty. Can we go manage our bus lines real quick and go bus line there, manage our bus lines? And can we change the balance of buses that we have in the daytime and nighttime? Is that something I can do? If it is, it'd be something cool, but if I can't, then I can't. So we'll go something here. See, I can't manage that. So I guess there's 8 buses on this thing. I think those 8 buses should be able to take care. Yeah, that giant group is already gone. So that's a bunch of cars that are not on the roads here. Looks like we still have some traffic at the entrance of the city. I put down one of these pedestrian bridges and it's been helping keep pedestrians off the road. For the most part, we have pedestrians crossing down here, but at least off the main road, they're not crossing there and people are just able to just go without having to worry about pedestrians, which is, I think, a very beneficial thing. It's one of the mods we picked up. What if we switch this to a roundabout? Would traffic flow better through this area if there was a roundabout here instead? Like, what if I put a large roundabout here, you know, like a very large roundabout? I think let's try it. We'll demolish that building there, demolish that building there. Ooh, let's not let anything zone here. Just keep this clear. I know it's bad for population and things like that, but I think I'm okay with it. Then we'll just move this back a little bit like that. And then what I can do just to replenish these bushes so it doesn't look like it just stopped here because I destroyed everything. I think what I'll do is I'll just go here, grab that, put it in line mode, drop this to 1.5 the way I did it before, and then just do a couple of lines like this. Take it all the way through. Just like that, and that'll be okay. Yeah, that's fine. And then just to fill it up a little bit, because it does feel kind of bald, we'll grab a couple of... Oh, did not mean to do it like that. Let's go ahead and just back those up. Then we can do a couple of apple trees, I think. Maybe some alders. We don't really have many alders there. If we do a couple of alders like that. Fills it up a little bit nicely, and I think that looks okay. I still really love how this area looks here. I think that was a very good move. Very, very good move. Population is about 15,000. We've been there for a few episodes now, but I think it's okay. I'm not really worried about it. I think here we'll do some alders too, just to kind of fill up this area, and I think that'll be okay. And then we really got to really re-detail the school here because everything got kind of torn down when we had to rebuild our school. There we go. So I'm going to take a couple minutes to do some landscaping, and then we'll be right back. Honestly, I was going to go crazier with this, but I think this just looks all right. I don't need to go into anything crazier. Plus, I'm still saving room for the larger park here. Once we unlock the large parks, we'll be able to hopefully place this in this area here, and that'll be really nice and finish out this area. Do some detailing to keep any sort of sound from coming from the highways, and I think that'll look fantastic. Now, how is our schools doing? This one's already at 1,500 students. This one is already at, it's almost at 3,400 students. We only have one high school still, which is probably a problem. Only has enough capacity for 500 students, which is good at all, actually. What if we get a high school in downtown area? Okay. What if we get a secondary school and we go with something like, I don't know. Is there a city high school? What if we go with a city high school? And we put this, what if we put this next to the elementary school? I'm okay with that. And we'll leave a 4 gap here for a road. So then when we go with the road, I think that road should be able to just go through the middle there. Yeah, just like that. Okay. So then I can go to the high school and I can add the upgrades just like that. And now we have a fully functioning city downtown high school, which is going to service this area because honestly, that school with 500 students is not enough for all these students at all. So I think it'll be very beneficial. You can already see students starting to pile into this thing. We have a bus route that goes straight to this place, so that'll be a very good way to service that area and provide already school transportation for both of these schools. And students won't have to walk everywhere. They can just hop on a bus at the bus station and head right over, which is really good. Yeah, there we go. You guys, I mean, so far I've seen that traffic has completely improved, so I call this a mission success. Now, I know I'm not the best at public transportation. It's very Americanized and probably inefficient, but it gets the trick done. We're making a ton of money. I guess $10,000 isn't really a ton, but we're making a bunch of money. We're making a good amount of money, and I think we're moving in the right direction. So I think I'm going to end the episode right there. I've been recording for about an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, and I really got to edit this so it can go up in time. So I'll see you again very, very soon. But until then, bye-bye. Enjoy a quick, brief city tour / overview. Bye-bye.